This one. All right, so let me log out really quick. Are we still waiting for some? I know it's only 9 here, so.
Yeah, probably give it another minute or so, get everybody on. People are still joining, it looks like.
I'm going to put the link to get to the sign up page in the chat. I just put that in the chat, so I'll mention that at the start too. And then I'll go ahead and email that to you as well at the end, Travis, so you've got it.
Okay. That sounds good. Let's see.
And I apologize, I did not give you a time, but I should be able to get through everything in about 15, 20 minutes or so, just depending on
Okay.
a lot of questions.
No worries. Yep, just take the time you need to say what you got to say.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. And what is the link that you put in the chat?
So it's looks like www.tycordatatools.com, and then there's a backslash hashtag exclamation point hashtag. It's kind of a funny little thing there.
And what is that for everybody to sign up?
Yes, so I'm going to start on that page. That's hoping you can see my screen.
Yep.
So it will take you to this page, and then I'll just run through, just do sign up now. It's super easy.
Okay. That sounds good. So I guess we'll go ahead and kind of get started with things, and everybody will just keep popping on as they do. So good morning, everyone. Today we're going to do basically a prospecting webinar. Hopefully this will help everyone, going into 2022 with prospecting. So what we wanted to do was show you 3 tools that you can get basically at no cost through some partners, or just going direct to a service provider. And these 3 things will help you with, I guess you want to call it the circle of life of prospecting. So, where do you find contacts? How do you get a farm started? Where do you get the data to figure out where you want to get your farm started? And then, some nurturing tools, so you can take those and convert them into leads a little better. So really, these are kind of the core items you need to get started, and there's no cost to these items. So everybody should be able to do this. The only cost really is your time in putting forth the effort to implement these and get some leads coming in for yourself. So with that, we're going to start with Joanna Herbst. She's with Tycor Title, and she's going to talk to us about their title toolbox. And this is a great farming tool for everybody. So go ahead and take it over, Joanna.
All right, thanks, Travis. Good morning, everyone. I work with Michelle, Denise, and Alonzo Castro over at Tycor Title, as Travis just mentioned. And I've been there for about 2 years. I've seen a couple farming programs, and so far this one I think is the absolute best for agents. Super user friendly, easy to access, and like you said, mostly free. So at the end I'll get into the premium leads, but even when you're into those, it's very affordable, very reasonable costs. So I have shared this link here in your chat. I'm also going to forward it to Travis at the end of this. This is how you can sign up. You're going to see sign up now right here on the page. You'll enter your information. We just ask that you'll have Alonzo Castro here at the top, or you can select Michelle Denise. Either one of those reps will tie you to us. That way you'll show up on my admin board. I can assist on adjusting your limits if you're doing quite a bit of farming and things like that. So just make sure you assign, pick a rep, again, Alonzo or Michelle, and create my account. It will shoot them an email to approve, and then you'll be good to go. So super easy. I'm going to go into login here. If I'm going a little fast for anybody, please feel free to interrupt me, slow me down, and I can backtrack as needed. So this is your homepage. And basically, what is Toolbox? It's a profile system, a property information system that's going to give you up-to-date current information. It updates with county records every 24 hours. So all of your saved farms, that's going to auto update. You don't have to go in and click update my farm or anything like that. It just is current property information at your fingertips. You've got a property search button that's going to allow you to pull property profiles. So if you're at home on a weekend and you want to dig into some possible new listings, you can type in your address here. I'm going to use one of the sample addresses from Travis. Thank you for those. That always helps. And here is this one. I'm going to click search just to show you guys how it works. The gear right here is how you're going to get all of your next steps. So you can pull a profile with comps. You can just pull comps. You can pull a net sheet in this app. If you're looking for a phone number and email, you can also pull that with a single search. That's also great if you guys are, working after hours and I might not be available. You have that at your fingertips. Nearby neighbors, basically everything on this list other than the net sheet and the phone and email are going to pull up if you do a full profile. The net sheet is pretty close as far as the taxes go. I was just double checking that this morning. They're slightly under, but you're going to get a pretty good number. Net sheets, we say, are always an estimate anyway. It's going to populate a lot of data for you. These look like a default number, but you can adjust as needed over here. And then you've got a net sheet right at your fingertips too within Toolbox. We also push Tycore Agent. That's great. It's on your on your phone. That's a great mobile net sheet app, but you can generate one within Toolbox. And then I'll just show you the profile really quick. It's going to give you, just click generate profile. These take a little bit of time, so sorry for the little spinning action here. All right, and I'm just I think most of you guys know what a profile is.
That's okay, yeah. Sometimes when we're on Zoom, it takes a little longer too.
So at this point, I think most of you guys, it's just a general, property profile for you, where you're gonna have your transaction history, your comps, your nearby neighbors. The one downside about the profile in this program is it doesn't give you a plat map, and it does not give you access to the owner doc. So while you can see the doc numbers, you can't actually pull those up. So if you are really digging into those profiles, you need a plat map, you want to see those owner docs, just reach out to us and we can send you a full, complete property profile. But the meat of this is really the farming options. So you've got farming and statistics right here. If you guys are just kind of getting into farming, you're not sure where to start, this statistics option is going to be your go-to. So basically what you can do is pull a list of tracts around an address in a zip code, and it's going to give you a full list of turnover rates, number of houses, and I'll show you that. I just did this on, which one did I did? Oh, I did Flint Ridge here for you. I'll show you what is so great about this. If you're trying to determine where to farm, so when I pulled Flint Ridge, hopefully you guys can all see, there's a nice little square right around this area. So I use these white lines as my guides quite a bit. And then I have a golf course here that's gonna box me in. Because this is a pretty big area to probably farm the entire selection. But if I click next, I'm going to take off condos, and you can you can drill down here if you really want to dig in, if you have an average sales price that you're looking for, if you want to be, under 5, we'll do minimum 5% so you guys can see how that works. You can do non-owners if you really want to, stick to that, average years own. So you can totally customize your search right here. Or if you want to leave it all blank and just see what's out there, that's great too. So I'm going to click search. And then you just have to, sometimes that dialog box will disappear. If it doesn't, just click that little X in the corner. And here we go. So you can see the corresponding numbers here on the map. It's pulled all of these little subdivisions within my search area. I've got number of homes that I like to sort by because I'm going to probably want at least a farm, over 100. At the top right here, I've got a 12% turnover farm, 220 homes, 27 sales, average price. This looks like a great farm, and it's near, this listing, which, maybe one of your just solds or you're just listed. So right there, with one little search, I've just narrowed down a target area that I can farm that's manageable. And when I say manageable, we like to say between 200 and 400 is really a workable farm, because when you're farming, it's about consistency. If you're doing mailers, one mailer is not really going to cut it. You have to do multiple mailers, and you have to follow up those mailers with phone calls. So it's really about committing to something for 3 to 6 months, and then seeing what your activity is like, and then maybe readjusting after you've really done some work. So 221, that's something I can manage. And then I'm going to go to select. So again, your gear, and on any screen that looks like this, if you click the gear, that's going to take you to your next options. And then this is where I can drill into the meat of the farm. If I go to general, I can change my owner occupied to yes or no. So I'm going to check this. I want to see how many are non-owner occupied. Big Bear, so probably quite a few vacation rentals. So almost my entire farm is non-owner occupied. I'm not surprised though, again, because we're in Big Bear, so you have a lot more, second homes and things like that. Property characteristics, I've got it on SFR, but if you're in a different type of neighborhood, this is where you can, adjust duplex, triplex, multifamily. If you're looking into lots, that's as well in here. You can drill down bedrooms, baths, lot size, building size. So again, you can customize as much or as little as you need within this box here. Assessment and taxes is going to give you, if you wanted a length of ownership, purchase date, you kind of just have to go backwards a little bit, because they don't let you put in like minimum 3 years. They make you select a date. But, so if you wanted 3 years, I would just do December 31st, 2018 or 2019. And then other is, track, zoning code, mail carrier. It's not really a lot of things that you need to adjust. But custom filters, that's another big one. This is where you're going to get your likely to sells. We call it next seller. And how they're generating this is plus or minus 1 year from the average number of years owned. So the program has an algorithm that's working off of your selected area. It's figuring out what that average number of years owned, and then it's going to populate you plus or minus that year. They've backed up their data with some MLS tracking, and I think it was about 75% of what they were claiming as next sellers were being found to be on the MLS. So you should have some good, solid, likely to sells within this lead source. So I'm going to change this to yes, and I'm going to click get count. So I've got 16 next sellers. So these are definitely people that I want to target within this farm. And just to keep my flow going, where I would go with this is over to Premier Data, phones and emails. I'm going to do purchase phones, And they're 5 cents for a phone, 7 cents for an email, obviously 12 cents for both. It's going to give you a total estimate. I mean, 80 cents, that's nothing right there for me to pull some phone numbers. So like I said in the beginning, very reasonable as far as their cost for premium leads. You would select pay now at this point, and then I usually keep a credit balance. It's going to ask you for a minimum of $5. So if you're doing a smaller farm, just keep that in mind. And then you would click pay and just work through the next screen until you see download. So that's kind of where I would go with that farm. As far as using the premium leads, you can also get into loan type. I'm gonna X out of my phones here. What I'm doing down here is taking off some of my criteria so that I have my full farm available to search. So I'm going to take off that next seller lead so that I'm not just working within the 16 leads that pulled out of that. So let's say you're working with VAs or you're marketing for VA loans. Sorry, I just got blocked here. Let's see if we have any VA loans within this. So I've got 3. So, here you go. You've got another target farm within your farm. And you can also get into divorce, eviction, for sale by owner, notice of default. I know that's a big one. I pull those, I do some searches for those, just a little bit of my insight on that. I'm still not seeing what we were seeing prior to COVID as far as notice of default. So we're still seeing a limit on those being reported to the mortgage companies. I think 2022 will, as they start to kick back in, I know student loans are going back into effect. So I think we probably should see a shift in the amount of leads that are coming out of that. So just keep that in mind, that there's still, I think, some residue from the pandemic as far as those generation of notice of default leads. I usually do a number of months just to show you guys how this works. So last 3 months within these 220, there were no notice of defaults. This might also be more of a search you're doing if you're in like a zip code or a much bigger area. This is pretty small search. But that's your premium leads. And again, mortgage info leads, life events leads, and then phones and emails is going to be where your cost per lead comes in. So let me just show you how we pull the data from here. Do I have any questions from anybody at this point?
No questions, but I think this is, really good for circle prospecting and stuff like that as well. I mean, or if you're working with a buyer and you're just having a hard time, finding that property for them, you can go in and kind of create a search through here of the likeliest sales and start reaching out to those people to see if they want to sell, because you already have a buyer in hand. So I think it's a good lead in if you're looking to do that.
Yes, the next sellers are great. They also have another one that they're called empty nesters. So you're in a three plus bedroom owned for 30 years. That's another free lead source that they have. But that whole likely to sell that floats around, this is available to you under our next sellers tabs. And then I think this statistics, I'll show you one more time how this works, or I'll show you a different way to use the statistics with a different search type. So what I just did was called a boundary search. You can also do a radius search, which is just going to drop a big circle. That works too if you're in an area where there's not really any definitive lines, so to say. I was easily able to kind of map out a clear-cut area, but if you're working in Fallbrook or Bonsall or some areas, it's really hard to kind of box yourself in. So the radius search, where you're pulling a circle, that's going to be a little bit more beneficial. But another way you can pull statistics, I'll show you really quick, is this area search. I'll stick to, let me go into one of your other other addresses here. We're going to go to Riverside, and you guys have a Moreno Valley listing. So I'm going to type in that zip code. Again, you can, you know, drill down as much as you want on this screen. I'm going to leave everything at 0 for now. Area type, I would think you mostly stick with property tract. Most of us don't know much about carrier routes or census tracts, and you've already got a zip code search. So you probably just leave the area type mostly alone. Let me go back into search here. And again, this, you know, if you've got a definitive area and you're good to go, then you're going to really just work off the farming tab. It's going to look the same as my statistics search. But if you're not sure where to start, this statistics tab is going to give you a ton of data to start, you know, get your wheels turning on where you can just start generating a farm. So I'm going to again adjust number of homes because I probably want a bigger farm. I've got some low turnover though here in Moreno Valley. So let's see. That's another thing to consider. But you see, I just did a full zip code search and it pulled all the subdivision tracts around that. I don't know how to say that street, Brodea, so excuse me for probably butchering that. But this is, you know, a great place for you guys to just kind of start playing around with your listing areas, figuring out what's going on. All of this data is gonna, like I said at the beginning, update 24/7. So your turnover rates will adjust with new sales. Your average price will adjust with new sales. There's nothing that you guys have to do to regenerate that data. It should send you email alerts as well. Let me just show you, let's see, one more thing here. So, I know Travis wanted me to show you guys how to pull this data out to put into your CRM. So this is my saved farms. So anything that you save, it'll keep a list for you, and then you can revisit those farms as well. So I'm going to go into this one just to show you guys what it looks like. So again, I just clicked that little gear and then I click select, and that's how I get back into my farm. This new possible leads. So anytime you're in your farm, it's going to give you a little green button here, and it's going to give you any of those new life events that have populated within your saved farm. So I've got one lien. I can change this. So I've got nothing in the past 3 months. So just keep that in mind that you've got 3, 6, and 12 months of new possible leads generating. So to get this out of Toolbox and into your CRM, this one is a farm that I pulled phone numbers for. So you're going to want to export, and you guys can completely customize your list. If you want to create your own template, you just do custom CSV, and then you can pick and choose whatever criteria you want to populate. And then you can save it, and then it's always there for you. So, you know, don't hesitate to customize your CSV export. For me, I usually just pull the farm. If you pull the core fact and you've got phone numbers, it's not going to populate your phone numbers, excuse me. So just keep that in mind. Core fact is essentially a mailer farm. So if you've got any premium leads in there, any extra data, it will not show, you know, you pull the core fact and I can't see my phone numbers. Well, that's because you got to pull the farm or the custom farm. So I will download this. You do have a great option here to remove duplicate mailing addresses. They do that for you automatically, which is great if you're doing a mailer. It saves a step as far as sorting and removing extra data. And then I'm gonna just, let's see here. Let me switch my screen so you guys can see.
We did have one quick question too.
Sure.
It was, what can I push into Facebook? I saw an integration.
Okay, so if you purchase the phones, then you can push,
I guess I jumped ahead. We were looking
Oh,
at the
no,
export
that's
now.
okay.
No.
So it gives you another CSV file that you can integrate into your Facebook. So basically it just populates their basic information. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me get into I just have to switch my screens here. So share. So if you click that Facebook export, it's gonna give you, and I apologize, Travis, I'm not 100% sure if you have to pay for the emails as well to get the Facebook integration. So I can definitely follow up with you on that. I should have some literature or, like a flyer on how their Facebook leads integrate. But
Okay.
I know that you do have to purchase those premium leads, whether it's either the phone or both phone and email in order to integrate. And then let me, can you guys see this? Let's see. So this export, hopefully you're seeing here, it says export 1 at the top. This was my farm. So this is a full farm. They do put some stuff that I usually end up deleting, like county, longitude, latitude. But this is how you're going to integrate into your CRM. So it's going to download into a CSV format, which, I know you can push CSV into pretty much any other data program. And you just scroll to the right to really see all of your information. If you've got a subdivision name, they're going to add it in here. You've got a purchase date, purchase price. Sometimes you will see zeros. They have as much data as they can, but just if you see a zero, sometimes there just isn't that data available. It's, it hasn't sold in 30 plus years or something like that. You've got your basic property information. What's good too is they give you this other free lead, is tax delinquencies. So I know that can sometimes be something beneficial to call on. I don't see any within this farm, but this is another free lead source that they put in the farm. And then your phone numbers will show up at the back end here of your CSV. So then you save that and you can push that into your CRM, and that's pretty much the export part of it. Let me go back into Toolbox here. And so I'll open it up into any questions.
I'm not seeing any in chat. But what I'm seeing from this is multiple ways to prospect. I mean, you can pull up your farms for door knocking, for mailers, obviously the call and email. And then with the Facebook integration, I mean, you could literally pull that up, create your audience in Facebook and put your ad directly in front of the people, within your farm. So, and I know that's not 100% either, but, you will be really, really targeting down, potential people that want to sell. So I think that this has just a ton of uses for prospecting, and it looks pretty easy to use as well.
Yes, and I'm available. I know watching something on a Zoom call, once you're in it, it's not always easy to remember what you saw. So I am available for one-on-one training, as needed. There's also a mobile version, which is, that's great for property information on the go. But the farming, really need to be on a desktop. So we are here to support you guys. Like I said, easy to sign up. And then I will forward Travis that link. He'll have my email to share, and you guys can reach out to me. I can walk you through it on the phone, whatever you need support wise. We're here for you.
Cool. Well, I really appreciate you coming on. So I think this is a great tool, especially for how deep it is and how much info you can get from this. And, it seems pretty vital for creating a farm or multiple farms, especially if you're just kind of, doing some circle prospecting and things like that, I think this is a really quick way to pull up some contacts around a specific address and then kind of run with it from there. So yeah, this was great.
All right,
Really
well, I
appreciate
appreciate you having us on, Travis, and happy
Yep.
holidays to everybody. And we'll talk to you all soon.
All right, thanks a lot, Joanna.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
All right, so next we're going to have Allie Jackson on. She is the rep over at Escrow Options, and she is going to take us through a data tool. There's going to be multiple uses for this data tool as well. One is for your prospecting needs. Two is, this is going to be an easy way to pull market data in your farm area that's going to be easily shareable. So maybe you're wanting to bump up your social media this year with some value videos of market trends and things like that. Maybe you want to do a weekly one. This is just going to be an easy way to pull that info, share it with your sphere of influence and your audience. Maybe you want to create some other little videos with it, or, maybe you just want to share some snapshots, but I would recommend the video. But either way, here's Allie Jackson. She's going to take us through the next tool.
Great. Thank you so much, Travis. And you're not seeing the Doublemint twins here. I actually have my audio separate from my screen. So
All right.
let me screen share here. Okay. All right. Are you seeing my screen here, Travis?
I see your email.
Okay, perfect. That's what I want you to see. So this morning, everyone should have received an email. Then this is it here, keeping your eye on the market, your latest report. So if you want to find out how to access this tool, you have access. It's free. It's a great tool. Just go into your email and look for it. So for example, if you're in Gmail, it might not show up in primary, it might show up in promotions. So go on in there and then you're going to get something. The default is San Diego County. So everyone's set up with that, but many of you have also received as a secondary market, the market where you live, so that you can check that out. So you can change your report by clicking through here. And so if you want to change where you're going, so say you want to add a report and you farm, let's see, say you farm Cardiff by the Sea, you can do that easily and just add that. And now that's added in. Say you have a listing in Cardiff and then it's sold. So you don't normally work that market. Now you're done with it, you can just easily delete it. So that gives you an idea there. Now what you can do is access it anytime. And this is an idea of what your dashboard looks like. So a couple of things to just give you a high level overview. What is Altos Reports? Altos Reports basically tells you the answer to how's the market today. Unlike a lot of other reports that you might come across, it doesn't include pending or sold data, and it's refreshed on a weekly basis. So it's current, it's real-time data of what's on the market today. It's not what's on the market 4 or 5 weeks ago. It's not what's on the market 2 months ago. And in this really intense, heated market right now, that's one of the benefits of having this real-time data. And it's something that can set you apart from other agents in a listing presentation. The second thing that's wonderful about Altos Reports is it takes very complex data and it makes it easy to understand in an easy format. And to give you an idea, what's great about it is this particular report is designed to hit the speaking points based on the homeowner or buyer that you're talking to. So you might have an engineer and he's going to be really, or she's going to be really interested in all these stats. You might have someone who's visual and they want to look at all these great graphics that we're going to see in here. And then you might have someone who just prefers the narrative that gives them the explanation, and they're going to get that over here. So it's designed to appeal to different folks and take this complex data and make it easy to understand and follow. The other thing that's great about it is you can look at houses or you can look at condos. depending on what you specialize in or what your buyer's looking for, what your seller has. You can also, though, this right here that we click through is San Diego County as a whole. But you can also go in and change what you're looking at. So in fact, you can look all over. So say you have a buyer that you're working with and they have a out-of-state property and you want to see what the market is to give you a feel for how they're going to do with the sale of their home. So say they're in 48104, which is in Michigan. You can just take a quick peek over here and you can see not quite as hot of a market. You can see the price points in here. It gives you a real good idea of what they're doing. It's also great if, say, you're selling someone's house, you want to make a referral to an agent in that area, and you can have your finger on the pulse with what's going on in there. But for now, let's just narrow this down a little bit from the county, and let's just look in the city proper, all of San Diego, because you can drill into a zip code or you can look into a general area. So we're going to do that, and we're going to look at single family houses here. And so let's start by looking over here at the real-time market profile and some of the things this will give you. So it's going to give you median list price, median of new listings. What's really cool about this, and you don't find this otherwise, this is what's just refreshed in the past week. So this can give you a feel for what's happening on trending. And not surprisingly, Christmas week, coming into the end of December, where things are going down a little bit here. Gives you a great idea. I mean, obviously look at inventory. What a great visual that you can show anyone you're talking with, particularly if you're in a listing presentation. Look at what has happened here and what's going on with the trending here. So market action index is also a great indicator. It's a proprietary Altos report. It gives you a good snapshot of supply and demand and a view of the overall competitiveness. So I'm going to just jump over to this chart here. The market action index, when it's market neutral, is right here at 30. So anything to the south of 30 is going to show a buyer's market, and anything north over here is showing the strong seller's market that we have. So this is one of my favorites to post in social and just to share, to give people a feel, particularly if you're talking about a listing presentation. Really shows how strong of a seller market that you're dealing with right now. So what's also great about this is it is interactive. So you can look at different points in time. Are there any questions on this before I jump into the next part of the chart?
I don't see any in there. This is pretty great though. It's definitely easy to use and easy to read, which is what I like.
Yeah, well, it's nice because it really does show the visuals based on what somebody, based on how different people absorb data. That's one of the things I really like about it. So we're going to move into this real-time profile. And so over here, we're looking at median list price. And this is giving you a 3-year scope of view of what we're looking at. And then we also have a 7-day average and a 90-day average. The 7-day can get kind of noisy. So, we can delete that if you want. So you can look at it different ways. Again, it's interactive. You can look just at the 7-day trend. Say you want to look over here. This is going to give you the diamonds here are going to give you a year by year. So you can just hover over them. And say you want to look at what has happened since COVID hit. That's kind of an interesting trend to look at. So we want to come over 2020. So that's March, around here, right? Right around here.
Yeah, right around March, yeah.
So this is a great tool, especially if you want to show interactively with your client, that you're on top of the trending and you're on top of how current events are impacting what's going on in the housing market, and helps you show how strong the market still is. And then if you want to reset that and get rid of it, you can just click that here. You can also zero in, well, up here. So that's showing median list price, but say you want to, let's take a look at inventory and see what's going on here. This kind of explains what's going on with pricing, doesn't it?
Most
So,
definitely.
Real good way. Yeah. Real good way to get a view with that the inventory is just going down, down, down. So inventory is one of my favorite ones to look at. Again, the market action index. So you can look at a lot of different things over here, price per square foot and how that's going up, which would go on the same with the pricing. So let's take a look back here at list price. Now, what's really great is you can drill down because this is such a broad overview. So this breaks down the median list price into four quartiles. So you've got your higher end market up here, and then all the way down here. So you got this, the blue panel, the blue line here is really going to be your luxury, and going all the way down here to entry level or folks who are really working on a budget. And obviously in San Diego, you're going to see, you know, really any market, you're going to see big differences in here. So it's nice that you can do that. And if it's confusing with all of this, you know, and you just want to look at the luxury market here, you can get rid of all those. And you can look at the luxury market on the pricing. And you can look at inventory. Or you can look at all of them.
Pretty similar.
Yeah, right. Going back to list price. So that's a really helpful tool for that too. You know, there's so much I can drill into, but I'm just trying to give you like a good overview of how the report works and the different things that you can do with it. Now this here, the median, this area here can drill down even more into market segments, also into the quartiles. This particular section of the report, I think, is really great when you're working with a buyer to level set expectations, because you can tell them something and you're an expert, but they're still going to look at it as this is your opinion. But now when you come in here, you can talk a little bit more about it with facts. And so you're looking at what the pricing is and what they're going to get at that price point. So say you're working with someone, let's just jump up here and change the city here. So say you got a buyer who wants to get something in Carlsbad. And we take a look at what's going on. Whoa, look what's going on here.
Yeah.
Right? Unbelievable what's going on with this market. So it's really cool that you can go into, drill into different areas and see what's happening. Maybe this can even be helpful in selecting where you want to farm. But, you know, they're looking over here. They're in entry level. And you might even have to look, okay, let's look at condos, because you can't even touch anything in Carlsbad in your price point. So looking over here, but they need more space than that. That's not going to work for them. Let's go back to single family house. They really don't want a condo, but this is just, it's not going to give them the space they need, and they can't even start touching in that price range. So rather than spending a lot of time going through and seeing what they can't get, you can show them this market data and then let them know maybe we need to expand our search a little bit north, and look at the difference if they just go up a little bit north into Oceanside. So now, you know, they might be at the 700 to 900 price range in here. You're going to see, oh, they actually could get a 4-bedroom or a 3-bedroom home a little bit more in their price point. So that's just another useful thing about that tool. So this works really well for listing presentations, for walking your farm, for one-to-one meetings. It's also great for open houses, and there's tools with social media with it. So something I want to show you up here is this little share tool. So say you've got, let's not just say that, say you've got, so you got a little listing in Oceana, in Oceanside. So now you can drill into the type of property that it is, as well as the zip code. And you're sitting in open house, and you want to provide this this report. So you're doing an open house here. You would just want to have a single page PDF. You can attach your business card to it, and you can print right from here. And then you can highlight this, because this is what you're looking at, right smack on actually in that market, this price point and that size. So that's a great handout tool that you can give folks. Say you're going to a listing presentation and you want to give them a little bit more data. So you can go into the full report and use this as a leave behind. Again, attach your card to that, and it's going to give you a lot more information here. And you can go through all of this with your prospect. Great tool. Say this is in your farm area. And you might want to even expand. Well, actually, what's great to do here to share on social, because we might have a little bit larger scope. All the way at the bottom is going to be your county. Usually. All right, we'll do the large city area here. Okay. So what's really great here is you can share this stuff on social media. So we've got Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So you can go over, say you want to share on Facebook. This is that chart down at the bottom that we looked at, or you can do this over here. You can share that. You can rotate around what you want to share. This is one I think is really strong for sharing, because it's like the thermometer. Look how hot a seller's market it is. So this is great to post. You're going to get these every Monday morning between 6:30, 7:30 in the morning. And you can just click through. It's a great reminder, and it's time to share what's going on with the market. So you want to share it. And that's how easy that is. You can share it to your business page. And, there we go. So you can post that, or you can post it in a group. You can, post that just on your regular news feed. You can put it in your story if you want. So
Cool.
there you go.
Well, I definitely think this is
That's simple.
useful, and I love it for a listing appointment as well, because you can just grab some quick info and really just, kind of speak with authority when they're asking you questions, or when you're rifling off numbers, of, why you're suggesting a certain list price, or so on and so forth. You'll have the data right here to kind of back it up. So I think that this is great for listing presentations, and definitely for farming too. If you want to see, if you want to put out some media, or some, maybe a piece, a mail drop on an area that's rising rapidly, or maybe that's cooled off, depending on what your message is going to be. This is a great tool to kind of figure out where you want to farm next, and then head over to the Tycor Toolbox and grab that farm.
Yeah, absolutely. Were there any other questions on this?
I'm not seeing any pop up in the chat, so evidently you were very thorough.
Well, again, just go ahead. It's keeping your eye on the market. You should have access. If anyone doesn't have access, I did put my email and my phone number in the chat. Feel free to reach out to me. Oh, there is one thing I did want to mention on this email. So, because I covered a lot really quickly. So this is a great way to get, if you just click through to here, you'll get a really nice overview that Jessica Lucky, who runs the training for Altos, it's a little 8-minute tutorial that pops up on Loom. Really, really helpful. So I recommend that you click through and check that out. And also, Jessica is doing a full 1-hour overview for us on January 31st on that. So if you can't catch it live, I'll send info out, but if you can't catch it live, I'll also post it to the Rise Realty Facebook group.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
So there
Great
we go.
info. Thank you for coming on and sharing this with us. And again, everybody, Allie's contact is in the chat, but if you need it, I can also give it to you as well. So if you have any questions for Allie or escrows.
Thank you.
All right, so next up, we're going to have Heath. So Heath's new to Rise Realty. She's going to be working in a training capacity here. We're going to be adding in an additional day of training starting in January. But today, she's going to come on and just go over contact management real quick and a couple free ones that are out there. I think she's just going to show one that maybe she likes that they offer, a free version of it. And, with contact management systems, if you're not using one, I highly, highly recommend getting one, because once you start prospecting with, any of the methods that we just did, or maybe your sphere of influence, you really want to get all those contacts into one area so that you can easily market to them. So we've given you a way to prospect, a way to get data, and now this will be the way to share the data and stay in front of this sphere of influence that you're creating. So with that, I'm going to let Heath take over.
Hey, Travis. Hey, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. So let's see. I think it might be this one. Can you guys see my screen?
There it is.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to kind of show you guys a little slide and then maybe just go into the process, into the platform itself. So basically we are looking at Real Office 360. So basically 360, basically what is a CRM? For those who are new, probably might not know, it's basically a custom relationship management. What does a CRM system do? It basically provides, oh, hold on, there goes my Surrey. It provides a central place where business can be stored, where you can store customers and prospect data, track customer interaction, and share this information with colleagues. Also, it allows business to manage relationships with customers, helping the business grow. So there are 6 benefits to the CRM. It's obviously 1, collaborating through integration; 2, managing a pipeline effectively; 3, automate for maximum productivity; 4, engage to build lasting customer relationships; 5, improving customer experience; and 6, helping to increase revenue. What Real Office 360 has to offer is basically you do get your contacts. It's basically really an easy to use real estate CRM data for agents, and you can add and manage your real estate clients effectively, effortlessly, setting in your home office and making a quick note on your iPhone or Android mobile app after a client meeting. So yes, you do also get an app for this platform as well, and it's free. You won't believe how easy it is to add your clients' contact information and properties. You also can import. So simply import contacts from your Google, Outlook, iPhone, Excel, or any spreadsheet from your CRM software. They have groups where you can categorize your contacts with group labels and favorites. Your database will be so organized. Leads, it does have leads as well. Connect your online leads from your website or a lead capture source. Then you can watch your leads automatically are added into your CRM database. And then you also get basically notes. You can log client calls or meetings, add property notes or showing information on properties. Keep all the property detail you need to be on the go-to real estate advisory for your clients. Families, impress clients by remembering family names or even birthdays. And then we do have files on there where you can upload and access client files from anywhere. Simply attach a note or deal transaction and never lose and import documents. You can also follow up with your clients. Just set a reminder, follow-up reminder with your contacts, so you'll always be on top of mind when they're ready to sell or buy. There is home reviews. Basically, home purchase anniversaries are great opportunities for a yearly home checkup to keep in touch with your clients. And then we do have birthdays and anniversaries, basically just keeping in touch with your clients and reminding them, clients' birthdays and maybe spouses' birthdays, children's or pets, or their anniversary. Just a reminder, throwing them an email saying happy birthday or happy anniversary. So other features that Real Office 360 features, it's called deal tracking. So you can track your sales pipeline from leads to closing. Some of them are opportunities. You get to get potential buyers, sellers, and referrals. Don't let any of the leads or prospects fall through the crack. Move them. You just basically drag and drop your opportunities through your sales pipeline. Work hasn't been this fun since Instagram. So, but we also have workflow. Not sure what to do next? No problem. With smart workflow, you'll always know what to do every stage. And stages is basically the virtual pipeline that helps you track where every client is at, so you can keep your deals flowing. Also get more leads, easy lead captures. So you can capture, copy, paste them. It's like magic your online website leads appear in your CRM. So goodbye to those flagged lead emails. Then you can stay on top of your by customizing your action list for your hot leads, and set a follow-up and never miss out. You get sources. Basically, we've got your leads covered by integrating with most popular real estate lead sources and website providers. As you can see, we got realtors.com, Tulia, and all that stuff on there. And then, oops, skipped a slide. You're secure. Your online leads are secured through best-in-class standards, hosted on Amazon Web Services in North America. Then just set your goals, deal goals. You can track your commission income on here, sale targets, set your sales and income goals, and they'll do the rest. Just watch your business grow as you close more deals each month. Predictive, with the visual sales pipeline, you can see stats from every stage to better predict future volumes and avoid potential lulls. And then taxes and yeah, so taxes, tax time sucks. We can't change that, but you can export your transactions to a net and tidy spreadsheet for your accountant that will love. So now you do also get lead generation. It keeps in contact with, basically keeping contact with email marketing. So you can integrate your email, email your clients directly from Real Office 360, save the time and keep your clients' emails organized. There's drip campaigns, easily connect your database to MailChimp for mass email marketing or other and drip campaigns. That's a premium feature. Smart signature, you can customize your email signature with your pictures, social icons, websites, and more. And then there's a mailer label, labels if you want to send newsletters or holiday cards, printing address labels for your clients. It's also part of the premium feature, but I just wanted to include that. So, and then simplify your workflow with smart checklists. So you do get a checklist. They've integrated the best deal checklist to help you close deals easier. You can customize the list exactly how you want it. Sales flow, your task checklists are automatically added to each deal in your pipeline based on the its stages. Client activities, you can schedule tasks, so it's easy. Link a task to a client so you can always know what you did and for whom. And then they do have Auto Magic, basically set up your checklist with preset due dates and apply with just one click, and boom, nailed, you're done. So yes, it is absolutely free, free forever, not a time limited trial. You'll never be required to enter a credit card. Real Office 360 is free, gives you all the core features of the CRM and automated contacts for free, unlimited contacts for free. It is a best choice for agents working less than 5 concurrent active clients, like deals, transactions, sides, etc. For agents working more deals and looking for advanced features like email marketing, integration, address label printing, and increased storage space, they recommend the premium membership for only $19 per month, which is you can pay annually, or $29 per month paid monthly. There's no catch for this program. It's, again, simply free, but you can also upgrade the platform. If you sign up now, you'll never need to enter a credit card or pay for the upgrade and pay to upgrade your Real Office 360 CRM. Their goal, Office 360 goal is to wow every real estate agent and provide exceptional value up front with absolutely no cost or risk to you. They hope that as your business grows and becomes highly profitable using their free CRM, then you may be interested in upgrading to the premium membership. But the free CRM might be all you ever need for your business, and they're okay with that. They want to first prove their value and trustworthiness to every agent upfront with their free CRM. So it's really easy to sign up. all you need is basically your email address, your name, and a password. So there are some other, oops, oh, what's going on? There we go. There are some other CRMs out there that I've looked into. I have a meeting with RealVolve. They are basically another CRM. I'm meeting with them tomorrow. They are through CAR. They may be on a discounted price for agents as a CAR benefit, and you can find them under the business tools. There is also Pipedrive, which is free as well, but you get a free trial basically for that, and you can go from there if you want to continue it. They do have a membership subscription as well, but it's not as bad as other. Their subscription isn't as bad as the other
Some of the other ones.
out there. So
Yeah, there could be some expensive ones for sure. So
yeah. Can you guys still see my screen, or can you see?
yep, we're looking at a slide.
Okay, no. So I need to change that. Let me go here and share this. Okay, now can you guys see this?
Yep,
The Real Office 360.
correct.
So basically you do have your dashboard, contacts, pipelines, transaction schedules, all right here. So this is basically your dashboard. Let me just move my mouse over. Okay. So on here you can see your basically your contact database here. You can add contacts. There's example contact that was added in here for this year, your tasks, notes, properties, emails that have been out, calls if you have the premium package, and zero starred clients as well. And then over here you have your pipeline, and you can see deals in your pipeline by stage, and then you could go by deals as well. So you can just go through your pipeline from here and check that out. Then you do have your transactions, so you can set your goals, and you're see how your transactions, how many houses you've closed for the year and stuff like that through here, and just your goals basically that you want to shoot for the year. You can check it out by goals or by the deals. And so, and then you do have your schedule. So you can go directly to your schedule from here, but you will see all your scheduling tasks right here. So today, there's nothing, but you can go check out the next 7 days. You got your birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, your clients, follow-ups. There's 3 holidays, coming up, one tasks that are overdue, so you can go check that out, which I think that's pretty cool. Let me go take you guys through the contacts. So this is an example. Jane Doe, when I sign up, she was already on here. So, but you could add their photo in here, notes, their email, the calls you make, their tasks that you have for them, basically their contact information. And then you could specify it's a friend of yours or so, any family that they might have or relationships they're in. And then obviously over here, you can just check out the activity that you have going up that are coming up for you for Jane, any tasks for them, like example task for Jane Joe's pipeline deal. And then any notes that you might have left put in there. So, it basically tells you when and what day and what time the contact was created, any recurring reminders that you might have, follow up with Jane every 6 months. Jane's birthday is coming up December 17th. And then your pipeline lead right here, deals for Jane. It'll show, she's type, she's buying, she's looking, and basically, the 935 million, and where she's looking for, and your gross commission income, past transactions maybe with her, and the properties that you are looking for her. I don't know if you could see it, but there's that get started button right there, but it's, she wants how many bedrooms? 52, but there's not a house with 52 bedrooms, but example, 2 bedrooms, maybe 3 bedrooms, and then 3 baths, built in, 1990, so, but yeah. And then your pipeline, it shows it like this. You could organize it any way you like. You could just always hit like the add button, add deal opportunities to prospects, and you can just change it around. So if you need to change, which you have to become a premium, but the leads, it'll go down in this row, your prospects, and it shows you too how many deals you have, what they're looking for and stuff, your gross commission, prospects, your number of sales and gross commission, your activities, escrow, what's in escrow, and then what has closed. Transactions basically just shows, again, what you have had closed for the year. So it will just be displaced on here. And since there's no activities yet, it's not showing, but you can log in and see your past transactions. And then schedule, you do have like a built-in calendar in here. So we can go in today, and today is Monday. And then just, click on the date, add meeting at 9 a.m., and then contact Jane, or just maybe make a self reminder, for yourself, meeting at 9 a.m. with Rise Realty, and then just save. And there you go. And then you can also sync your Google Calendar, which I think that's pretty cool, into here, or, click here to add events. Now let me go ahead and, so you could have this for free. The basic CRM essentials are for free forever. So you do get the unlimited contacts and lead captures on here. But if you want, you can upgrade to the premium. If you do have a team, this is for a team more like so, but the premium would be best if you're just, your own business, single agent. You do get the unlimited contacts, lead capture, unlimited deals, unlimited groups, email marketing, and task flow. But you could also pay bi-monthly. So it's $29 per month, but look, it's still free for you on the basic CRM essential. But if for the premium, it's $29 per month, and then you could do by yearly $19 per month. So some other CRMs that I found was Pipedrive, which is also free, as I said, but there's a time, there is a trial, but then you have to subscribe, and you can organize your CRM base as well. And then here is the Real Evolved through CAR that has it. They are under the business tools. And you can just basically, go through CAR and under business tool and look them up from there. And I'm going to be having a meeting with one of their reps tomorrow to get some more information on it and see if there's a discounted price or is it free for agents that are part of CAR. So I will let you guys know on that. And I'll probably post it on the Facebook group, and then maybe we could send out an email as well. So, but yeah, basically.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
So, the CRM kind of ties it all together, guys. If you're going to be prospecting and bringing in a lot of leads, or at least a lot of prospect contacts, you're not going to be able to, mentally keep track of everybody. And if you have a conversation with someone and they say, hey, call me back in a month, we'll be more ready, or something like that, that's what you would want to put into your contact management, so you don't forget to make that call or that email or that drop by or whatever it's going to be. I could say that, there's a few different free CRMs out there, or at least, they have a free trial to see if you like it or not. Pick one that's going to work for you, that you're going to use. There's a lot of really good ones out there. I recommend getting one that has, email follow-up and text and phone. That way there you can use multiple ways to contact the people that are within there. And when you're inputting the contacts, be as specific as possible. If you have, if it's a client that maybe you just sold a home to, put in the home, the date that you sold the home, so you can, follow up on their home sale anniversary, if you have their birthdays, things like that. Because what you'll see is eventually, your tasks for the day are going to start stacking up. And those are people that you need to be reaching out to. If so-and-so has a birthday today, call them up, wish them a happy birthday. If it's their home anniversary, send them a little something. So the more detailed you are with the input of your contacts into your contact manager, the more successful you're going to be with staying in touch with them. And then that's where you start building your referral base. So thank you, Anahid. Hopefully, guys, this, is kind of the full circle of life of how to prospect and generate and, nurture your leads leading into the next year. So if you need more business and you want to bring in more contacts, I think that, this was just a great way to bring it all together and have a full marketing plan for you leading into next year. So obviously there's there's a lot of other things we can do, but this is kind of the core components with prospecting. So with that, we are going to be taking next week off of webinars. Hopefully everybody has some time to spend with their family and has a nice holiday. And we will be back first Monday of 2020 in January. So thanks everybody that came on and presented today. And I hope everybody has a great week. We will talk to you soon.